Indicații de pe banca voluntară. La această lovitură liberă, Dobrescu și Cebotaru. Incredibil.
It worked better on the training ground, I won't lie.
No, wait, no, sorry, not. I mean, listen, I mean...
Yo, my slime. It's your boy Notrim Niran. We're back again for FTW. And this, of course, is a series where I bring to you the best and more frequently the worst of what football has to offer online and on social media during the course of a week. And to be fair, like, it's been a pretty quiet week. Honestly, I can't even really think of that many things that have actually occurred. Alright, stop. Listen, I'm gonna be humble here, but we're the best club in the entire world.
I'm being serious.
I'd like to thank my parents for giving me this opportunity, my agent, Steven Gerrard. It was a glorious occasion as after a 5-3 victory, Liverpool ended a 30-year wait for a first Premier League title. It was quite a glow-up for Trent, who was a ball boy when we played Chelsea 6 years ago. He was a fetus back then, and now he's been born. Well, not physically. I mean, I hope not anyway. That's a big baby. And the same could be said for Jordan Henderson, to be fair. We've got his Bebo here. A tagline, had good game v Ajax. This is from when he was 17, and it ends with, I've got a gorgeous girl called Sarah. She's amazing, and I love her. Been together just over a year, and it's great. I hope you got her a Valentine's card, Jordan. I really hope. The rest of the league allowed this man to captain us to glory. To be fair, we're still on the lash. I'm pretty sure our defensive coach has actually gone missing. He was probably getting abused by Frank Lampard on the touchline.
He's from Finland.
He's what?
He's Finnish, isn't he?
He's not finished. He's only 28.
No, not finished. He's from Finland.
Joel Matip was loving life during the trophy celebrations. Meanwhile, over on Scandinavian television, they had their own take of the season. This is just criminal activity. This is outright rude. But I'm afraid to tell you, lads, the Premier League isn't even the greatest league in the world. Because down in the Championship, you needed a mathematics degree to work out what was going on the final day. There's people doing PhDs on that final day as we speak. E equals MC squared was actually designed to work out who gets relegated. So we go into the final day with West Bromwich Albion and Brentford fighting over automatic promotion, with Nottingham Forest and Swansea fighting over the playoffs, and at least 14 other clubs probably fighting to stay in the division and not get relegated. Hull and Charlton lose, they meet their demise. Luton make the great escape. Wigan, with their points deduction, look as if they're gonna be safe until a late controversial goal from Fulham against them to equalise, combined with a last-minute winner from Barnsley, who went into the day like bottom of the table, sees Wigan go down and Barnsley survive.
God, this is Barnsley, who've won at Brentford. They won in the 93rd.
All right, let's just reverse that outcome, because Barnsley deserved to go down for this. West Brom came out on top over Brentford in the race for automatic promotion, and they had their own celebrations. Wait, is that Robson Kanu with a... Aye, when you think about it, yeah, why shoot when you can just bun a zoo? Listen, Hal, shut up. Hull City went down bottom of the league and they were in 8th in January. But the worst of it all has to be Nottingham Forest, who going into the final day were 3 points clear of Swansea and had 6 goals in hand in terms of goal difference. Swansea beat Reading 4-1, Nottingham Forest lost 4-1, and it's probably the biggest bottle you've ever seen. Are people really worried that we'll blow a 6-goal difference in one match? Even I'm not fretting, and that's a good sign. Leeds won the league, their fans seem happy about it.
If you ain't Man U, legs off. If you ain't Man U, legs off.
And after Derby celebrated their playoff victory over Leeds last season with a binocular celebration, it's fair to say the admin definitely got their own back. And then they even got a guard of honour from Derby. It's a shithousery award. Now elsewhere, FIFA have decided that they're going to cancel the Ballon d'Or this year. Naby Keita, robbed. I just don't understand why. Every single league, apart from the French league, which is a farmers division, has restarted. So I don't see the need to get rid of it. Listen, Lewandowski was a favourite. They took one look at his TikTok and they were having absolutely none of it. Elsewhere, Harry Kane came up with a very unique way of doing a gender reveal for his upcoming child. Why did I say that as if he's bringing out an album, fam? I mean, I'm glad it's Kane doing this, because you imagine Moussa Sissoko came up with this idea. He'd still be shooting and the child would have been born. It's at least good to know that Harry Kane is somewhat of a deadly finisher when he gets into the box. Am I right, lads? Come on, like, give me that. It's been a busy week. We're like 5.5 minutes in and we haven't even talked about the FA Cup semi-finals, where against all the odds, Arsenal defeated Manchester City 2-0 to book a place in the final.
You can see that football brain.
Yeah, so basically I'm thinking of switching Mendy into an inverted wing-back trequartista, but in more of a supporting role. I don't want to see him getting too far forward and getting in the way of our Carrilero Medio Centro, but I need your advice on it. You're so f***ing right. They didn't even have enough City fans for the Zoom call and had to duplicate them across the board. You actually couldn't make it up. And elsewhere, Chelsea defeated Manchester United 3-1 to make an all-London affair at Wembley.
Apart from Aspilicueta, they're hungry to please their manager.
Throwing flashbang.
Every challenge, every ball has been just too good for Manchester United. Here he is.
But back in the Premier League, and it was a very different story for Arsenal as they were beaten 1-0 by Aston Villa. Do you understand how Arsenal this is? You beat the current and former champions and then lose to a team with Courtney House at the back. 0 shots on target. Jack Grealish could manage one of those in about 3 seconds, moving like stormtroopers during a Star Wars fight scene. Arsenal are now guaranteed to finish between 8th and 10th in the league and below Spurs. They were losing 3-0 to Brighton 9 months ago. Just put the whole team in the bin, fam.
See Bruce talk about him.
Over to Tottenham now, and they announced that Eric Dyer would be signing a new contract with the club, to which Jan Vertonghen replied with, "You'll finally be able to get a good trim." As a man with a clap trim myself, it can only be a shithousery award for Jan. Over in Spain, and Real Madrid were crowned La Liga champions after a late collapse from Barcelona. Lionel Messi hasn't been this fraudulent since, well, probably about 2 weeks ago, actually, knowing him. Social distancing from points like he social distances from his taxes. However, despite the impressive title, Gareth Bale was having absolutely none of it. Hey, listen, I'm not celebrating a guy that was going bold, age 19, bruv. I could be playing golf right now. And staying in Spain, Unai Emery has been announced as the new Villarreal manager. It's no surprise Santi Cazorla's decided to leave. Who can blame him? He'd probably be playing at left back if he stayed next season. Hello all, and welcome to The Beautiful Game, the segment where we take a look at the poetic and brilliant side of the game that we love. We are back by popular demand for yet more glorious beauty. And that concludes The Beautiful Game. I'm staring you in the eyes and I'm telling you, you're actually clapped at football, bro. Your child's mum is your sister. Deep that for a second. Over at Bradford, and their club website was hacked. Hopefully nothing too raucous was posted on it at the time. I mean, that's definitely a bombshell. Poor choice of words, that really. We've got a lovely picture of Erling Haaland engaging in farming activities. Didn't realise he was joining PSG. Listen, this is just a cover-up, okay? Doing these human activities, little do you know, he's actually a combine harvester. This is not a human on a tractor. He is the tractor. That isn't his arm, it's just his suspension. Leicester brought out a new trailer which included some quite astonishing acting from Jamie Vardy.
Oh, hello. What's going on?
Obviously, I've thanked Steven Gerrard, my agent, probably like my cousins.
Yo, Taylor.
Pro Evo announced they put Pep Guardiola into the game as a manager. I don't know how much he paid them to restore his hairline, but they've done wonders for the geezer here.
Xavi més capadeta per a Messi, 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 immens Messi, encara Messi, encara Messi.
So this is why Barcelona have been terrible recently. Meanwhile, down in the semi-professional side of English football, in a playoff game, Brackley scored this goal from the halfway line. Of all the times to actually pull that off. So I've been advocating for marriage contracts to be 5 years long, ending the marriage if the contract isn't renewed willingly by both parties at the end of the term. Listen, babe, trust me, this is difficult for me. We've had so much fun ever since that day you passed your medical. You didn't even want that much of a signing on fee, but ultimately, I've looked deep inside my soul and I'm gonna activate my ex-girlfriend's release clause. Listen, I didn't want it to have to be this way. Now though, it's time for Still 0-0, and you guys know the score by now. This is a segment of the show where I bring to you the best of Sunday League and amateur football. Now, I don't think it would be bold to assume that the pitch we're seeing in the background here would be mildly waterlogged, but it seems like the referee is keen for the players to get amongst it, so a ball is lofted into the box and... I don't think the corner taker was looking for the 1-2 in that situation, but we move. On to the weird stuff now. Over in Poland, fans are renting out cranes to be able to socially distance and see over the walls of their stadiums so that they can watch their favourite football teams. Over in Sweden, and in the dying embers of a game, literally into the final minute, a corner is swung into the box for a goalkeeper to get a vital point for the side. Dutch side VVV Venlo played a friendly match, and, I mean, they maybe could have gone for slightly better opposition, given it was 16-0 with 20 minutes to go. I don't even know what's going on here, but it just seems overly aggressive. And finally, former Chelsea right-back Giuliano Belletti has come up with a new novel idea of a rule for the game of football. The greatest moment in football is the goal, and they're rare. The most viewed moment of the game is a penalty kick. I suggest creating a new rule to have more penalties during the game. How about every 4 corners, on the 4th is a penalty? I'll be honest with you, Giuliano, I think football recovering from a global pandemic might be a slightly bigger issue right now. But that is going to wrap up football this week, and I hope you have enjoyed it. If you have, then feel free to slap a like on the video, and of course subscribe if you're new to the channel. You can also follow me on social media. It is at @theofficialfng on Twitter and on Insta. But it's been a pleasure ranting at you guys today. Have a wonderful day, enjoy yourselves, and goodbye.